I'm a little nervous.
I know. Never been in front of a camera before.
We're good. My mom's gonna watch this. My dad's gonna watch this.
I think my most memorable memory, it was actually probably closing night of the third show. That was fun. Holding hands for the last time, doing bathrooms for the last time, and then like taking a step back and you're like, whoa, like I'm bowing, this is done.
My favorite drama memory is kissing Matlin. Matlin, if you're watching this, I'm still in love with you. My favorite drama memory was when I walked by the bar for All Shook Up and like just this strong scent of piss, and I was like, oh, that's definitely my clan tune. Like I would know his piss anywhere.
Blake knows, but you know, Blake, we had some good memories. Let me just tell you that. That's my favorite memory. It's to Blake. That's all I got.
Mine was fainting because Mason was really hot.
When All Shook Up was going, and I paired up all the couples and I made them kiss in front of me, so we'd practice their kissing. I would be like completely mortified, and they were completely mortified, but I was really happy with it.
It was the last show. I always say, like, when we do something wrong, I always say, now we know. Now we know. It's like, it's past, it's gone, like, now we've learned. It was either Katie or Alex, but one of them did something, like, accidentally, and I thought in my head, like, now we know, and one of them said that, and I was like, oh, you've learned. Like, that was, like, the biggest thing for me.
Probably my most memorable moment would be when my second work day, where we were working on the set, and then halfway through that it just turned into a dance party somehow. Not sure how, but it did, and it was fun.
I think my most like memorable drama moment is just like every day in class when we just like right before like Mr. Connor starts taking roll and we're just like sitting around and talking and just like connecting as a class without like actually like having something to do. Okay, my favorite memory from drama was when Nicole drilled my finger. I still have a mark on my finger. I was holding the piece of wood. She didn't know how to use a drill. She didn't tell me that. Okay, well that's my favorite memory, was getting drilled by Nicole.
My favorite drama memory was when George and I worked at Five Guys and we were practicing our first audition thing for a while, and that was a great bonding moment.
My favorite drama memory is every time that I released my anal glands in the form of a fart onto another human being in the drama classroom.
My hand open.
All Shook Up when we were painting the flats. I don't know how, I somehow got glummed together with Izzy of like designing. Well, I'm not artistic at all. All of a sudden, it was her and I in charge of making the checkered randomized flats. I've always painted and done the set, but I've never been like, yeah, so I know how to do it. That goes there, this goes there. I've always just been the one who does it. But it was so cool to have choir kids come up to me and like, think I know what I'm doing. Is this good? And I'm like, yeah, that looks great. And I didn't know.
My favorite memory, I'd say, was like the auditions and callbacks for Radium Girls, probably. It was exciting and nerve-wracking, and I think that's when we kind of became more like a family in a way.
This class requires a lot of blood, sweat, and tears.
The most painful part of the year for me was having to change costumes 8 times in one play and arguing with Kennedy the entire time.
Yeah. I actually have a scar right here from when I accidentally drilled my foot. This is from Radium Girls though, so she's been healing really well. I put Aquaphor on her every night.
Blake threw a chair at me and then bruised my inner thigh. And I'm like pretty sure it's like still here. Is that like on the screen?
It's probably when we were having an officer meeting about like who was gonna play Chad in All Shook Up. Wait, Zach, you can't play Chad. It's like Chad has to be someone that like when you walk into the room everyone looks. So I can't be
It was Radium Girls, and there were a bunch of picture frames that we had to get made, and it was like the thin wood, and I was holding it, and I nail gunned it, and it went straight through my finger. I just looked at it, and I was like, oh. And then eventually I pulled it out, got a band-aid, and everything was good.
So, one of my most painful memories of this class was we're gonna all be blood brothers. So I make this huge cut in my hand, and it's actually a huge scar now. And they're like, ouch, it hurts. And so they didn't do it. So I was the only one.
When I was up on the catwalk, you know there's like things that stick down. Oh, yeah. And I hit my head so hard, and that entire day just got ruined for me.
My most painful memory, it wasn't painful, it was more so sad. It was probably like our last courtyard that we did. It was just like, I was like actually crying.
I think all my interactions with Mr. Connor are just awkward.
Yeah, like same. Whenever he looks at me, I just look down. Yeah. I don't know. I kind of like him, I guess.
I like him too.
I just get really nervous.
When he put us in the group chat of all the people who ditched that one day and was
he did that
hey,
too?
where are you?
He did that to me last year.
I was in the dressing room telling Maddie and Natalie and Mia a really disgusting story, and he heard every single word.
I said, yeah, we're gonna go outside, listen to Jack Johnson. And for the next 15 minutes, Mr. Connor decided to talk to me about Jack Johnson and all the fun facts about Jack Johnson, instead of letting us go outside in the sun.
Eating the pie.
And literally spilling your boy out to him.
Seeing Mr. Connor at 1 a.m. at school, alone in my car, crying.
So we were talking about like all the names that he's had, like Coco, Mr. Connor, Connor, Chris, and like what everyone calls him. And I innocently, I was just like, oh, like, what does your mom call you, Mr. Connor?
I feel bad.
And then he just looked at me and he said, well, she's dead. So, and I was like, I'm sorry.
It was like 5 seconds of silence, and then he laughed, and then we all started laughing, and you were
we were all
didn't laugh.
Well, like the four of us were just like, and then he laughed, and then we were like, but he was not. He wasn't kidding.
My favorite Connor moment is probably like every day when I walk into TA. He always just like makes eye contact with me, and he knows he's gonna like force me to talk to him. So he'll always look at me, and we share this little like, and he'll be like, "How are you?" And I like have to answer elaborately. So
our most awkward moment with Connor is one of the nights of the last show. We decided that there was a sub there and she wasn't really doing anything, so we were just going to get coffee because that's kind of our tradition. And
we get to Starbucks, we're ordering, and we see some of our friends there, and they're like, do you see who's behind us? And we just look behind them, and there's Connor just staring at us. And he was like, where are you guys supposed to be right now? And we were just like, where are you supposed to be?
What? Who's your drama crush?
If you don't say me, I'm gonna be pissed.
3, 2, 1. Dylan. He's yeah, I mean like I think that's just a cover, like a little bit.
I feel like I have to say Danny McGuire, but I feel like if I can say Danny McGuire, Bo Peterson, love of my life, I will marry you. Final answer.
Obviously Blake.
No, Blake's mine. We can't each have the same crush. Me and Blake have done stuff that you have not, so I get Blake.
Andrew Nickerson. I cheer him on in volleyball.
Andrew Nickerson. All times I've been with that boy. He is the love of my life.
I mean, Andrew Nickerson, of course, he's the perfect man.
My drama crush is AJ Scheinberg.
Who the f is that?
Wait, that's the wrong last name. My drama crush is AJ Motter.
Bella Wabe.
It's probably Cameron. You know, he's so nice. Mia's a lucky girl. Cameron just seems like a nice boy.
Probably Cameron because he's so awkward. His friends were making fun of me in the hallway because he was like he was sending a message with his phone like this in the air, and I started laughing at him. They're like, that random girl's laughing at you, Cameron. He's like, she's not random. And I was like, oh my god.
So my drama crush and
My drama crush.
both happens to be the Cameron Roth.
Sometimes he waves at you and it just hits you right here. Just
Cameron Roth.
Annie.
My drama crush is also Annie.
My one and only soulmate, like true love. Stop, I'm gonna tear up. David Greco.
Do it.
But one thing no one knows was my very first show called House of Usher. I threw up in my mouth on stage and swallowed it and told no one because I was scared I wouldn't get a role if they thought I had stage fright. I know, I was too scared to tell anyone.
My biggest secret is that I actually hate asparagus. Sorry.
One time I peed in the bathroom and didn't flush, and I was like, haha, I peed and didn't flush. And then Connor was like, who said that?
I often water the plant with my pee in the boys' bathroom.
Often?
Like I've taken some records and I've taken like a cooler, a little blanket thing that was like still in its package. And I've taken like little trinkets and stuff, some tape. I've taken scissors accidentally, but I still have them, so I guess I took them. I mean, what goes around comes around, so maybe I'll die soon and then everything will get donated to drama again.
I thought AJ had a crush on me freshman year. I full on thought he had a crush on me. Now I know he probably did not. Or does not now.
Come in closer. My secret that no one knows about me. I'm asexual. Sorry, Mom. Sorry, Dad. It's a joke! It's a joke, guys. It's a joke.
Wait.
Some people know this already.
Okay, story time. Radium Girls was happening. Costumes just got together for the first time.
It was like a day after cereal day.
And the day before, drama had a cereal day at lunch. And so obviously the costume closet, all the extra cereal was here.
We were all, eating little cups of halfway filled cereal and like Fruity Pebbles.
We had perfectly lined out all the costumes we were going to use for Radium Girls on a rack. Everything was perfect. And as we were cleaning up our cereal, someone that we cannot name, Mia, was collecting all the cups, and I don't know what happened, but all of them just dumped onto the costumes. And all of our costumes we were supposed to use for the show that were perfect were soaked in milk.
There was like milk, like dripping.
And it's dripping, and we're like, oh no, it's gonna smell so bad.
We walked out of the closet and we were just like in a straight line and like didn't say anything and just walked out of the door.
And the actors still wore them.
I think it's time.
It's time.
Kyle's not Jewish.
How long have you known?
I don't know, but why do you think I've been mad, bro?
Oh no! So now I'm gonna have to just settle with Izzy. Hey Izzy, I'm not Jewish.
Mr. Connor's laugh is like, no, it's like, ah. Beans, chicken. I don't know. Chicken.
Yeah.
Chicken.
Yeah. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you, chicken.
Oh, I got one.
Brittany,
Oh,
Nadine, Avery.
I'm Nicole. I have orange hair now. I'm going through something. I'm a ginger. Yeah.
Okay, here's Nicole. I need a Red Bull.
No, Nicole's more like.
Like,
Izzy always smells like essential oils.
Woo! Hey guys, how you doing? Essential oil, essential oil, essential oil, essential oil, essential oil! Come to my tea party!
I've had so many essential oils shoved up my nostrils the past couple years because of Izzy Young.
Essential oils, the studio guys, herbs.
I like essential oils. I hope we can all be friends.
Oh, wanna go to Yosemite?
Noelle.
Yes!
You're the worst.
I forgot about Noah. I love that for you. Like, Nicole, like, I love that for you.
Amazing.
Oh my god, Moon! Oh my god, I was watching James Charles' sister yesterday.
Guys, I killed another pig. I'm vegetarian, but I killed the pig, and I like it.
Oh my god, stop it!
Matt, stop! Stop!
Zach, Nor. I have no freaking clue.
I have no freaking clue what's going on. No.
Oh shit.
I'm asexual. Brittany, Nadine,
Nadine Avery.
Zach is here. Oh my god, it's good to see you all. Hi, I'm better than you. I'm better than you.
Oh no!
AJ is the dad I never want to have. Even though I call him dad every day.
And AJ, no matter what like you do, like he'll just come up to you and be like, Nicole, pee. He'll be like,
I feel like AJ makes this face a lot where he goes like,
Did you see this? Look at it.
Noelle, Nicole, Caitlin, Natalie, guess what day it is? Wednesday! Oh, it's Beat Women Wednesday!
Crushes. Shout out to Annie and Bella for warming my heart every day.
whoever's piss smells like asparagus, just
Stop peeing
in the bathroom.
Just stop peeing in general.
Always aim. Just aim. It's not that hard.
Bo and Addie.
Yeah,
I'm
like-
so happy that you guys cared and that like you can inspire others to care.
When Bo made a white model for the last set.
Those Google like drawings.
The Google drawings.
A+.
Thank you, Cameron Roth, for not completely blocking me on every form of social media from scaring you too much.
Shout out to Zach for bringing me into this class. Greatly appreciate it, and it has given me many great memories.
Also, big shout out to Zach Lohurst, who's the reason why I joined drama freshman year.
And then there's like Zach. The fact that he was just so successful, it kind of inspired me to kind of build more of like my character, acting and stuff.
Shout out to Avery Conrad because I wouldn't be in his class if she didn't randomly give me an interview one day. And then
Brittany Calamise, Nadine Fatah, Avery Conrad, thank you for letting me say your name for the past 4 years. It's been my honor, and I plan to continue it down in LA.
Teddy Schulte, I fantasize about you as I fall asleep at night.
Oh, shout out to Natalie and Kat for being the only sophomores in a senior productions class, and I know how hard it is to want to be cool with all the upperclassmen.
Parking spot 341
will be passed down to...
Drum roll, please. Natalie Bennett.
Thank you, Natalie Bennett, for being our #1 fan.
Bucci Bang, stay strong, Bucci.
And shout out to everyone for the last 4 years of high school being freaking amazing because of this freaking class. I look forward to this class. Well, this class, it was drama 3 and then drama 1.
you should have only to this class.
Oh yeah, pretty much.
I want to thank everyone because they're just so fun and nice and just fun to watch.
My junior year, she said, find something you love in the class and make it yours. And so I encourage each of you for each of the shows, pick one thing in that show that you're gonna make yours and be really proud of it.
I swear to God, if costumes doesn't keep sewing a thing, I think I'm gonna end it all.
If you don't do anything, you don't have fun.
Go for the roles that you want to go for and just have fun and don't be nervous.
It's more important to have a big heart than a big penis.
Embrace the weird.
Do what scares you most. I auditioned for this class 2 years ago, and if I didn't do that, then I wouldn't have been sitting here with this wonderful woman.
Drive home underclassmen.
Don't take this class for granted, okay? Because you will miss it.
Stop cutting your hair! Stop cutting your hair!
Try to make as many friends as possible.
Yeah, the people in here are cool. You just gotta like get to know them and work hard.
If you're going to school for acting,
Here's another one.
you're a mess.
Just assume you're doing fine.
Let the class love you, you will love the class.
Be careful. Paint doesn't dry as quick as you think.
If you're afraid to be naked in this class, you should leave.
That's also true.
If you don't spend like 6 hours trying to build stairs with someone, you don't really get the full stagecrafts experience, I think.
I think it's always interesting of the things that you guys remember and that I remember. What is something especially memorable? At the beginning of the year, we did an exercise called I Need, I Want, I Have. And I think that was such a powerful moment with the people who were present. In stagecrafts, just watching people find a place. Watching people really get that personal connection to things of where they really feel the pride and working together, the joy of spending time together, and the satisfaction that comes from us working so hard. And looking at you guys all up on that stage, to me, is always my favorite moment. And I've got that 3 times this year, so. So what is the most awkward moment that I've ever had with any of these seniors? Honestly, they're awkward pretty much all of the time. I wouldn't even know what an extreme amount of awkward is because I'm just so used to weird here that I don't think anything really shocks me anymore at this point. What do I know that you don't think I know? A lot of the little romances that happen, that, you know, the random kisses and things like that. I mean, I know everything that goes on in the bathrooms before the show. And I think you guys pretty much know that I wind up hearing everything. So I think you're more shocked when I don't know something. This is AJ whenever he needs my keys. Connor? You know, Nicole, she always like inverts like inward when I... Here's talking to Matt Lynn. You know, Annie and Fran, if I had a pair of scissors, I'd cut my clothes up into, you know, smaller versions of themselves. I mean, Zach, you know, whenever he's talking, it's always like, you know, oh, remember when that happened? Ah! And then Emily is just looking at him like, have I been surprised at the way students have grown up? Yeah, absolutely. You know, I've known 7, 8 of you at least since freshman year, a lot of you since sophomore year. And I know Nicole is tired of always hearing me say, you know, the change from her in the middle of last year during In the Heights to me was just such a fun moment to notice, like, her find this confidence on stage as an actress and as a young woman. It's just amazing. You know, AJ, I thought he was going to be a little short and tiny the entire time, and look how tall he is. He's a tall man. I mean, I've known AJ's family for 8 years, and AJ was this goofy little kid brother who both of his siblings were afraid for him, truly, because he just sat around and played video games all the time. Yeah, it's true, AJ. Don't act like it's not. He was like this martyr at the beginning. I think siblings always have a hard time with that, and then watching him, you know, discover himself in so many different ways and become confident and a leader. Somebody like George, who I had when he was younger and then came back, and to see sort of the you know, this glimmer of something when he was younger come out of it, you know, was neat. Annie as a freshman got a concussion in stage combat. She still gets concussions now. So that's no change either. No, that didn't answer the question. Zach, he was really weird as a freshman. Oh wait, that hasn't changed. It's scary sometimes when you have people who do these things for 3 years, because what if they get burned out by the end? And that can totally happen, but that didn't happen at all. So what's the best advice I can give you guys all going through, all moving forward? Go for it. Make the life that you want happen. Remember that this is a process, this life thing. You know, it's not about these milestones. Life is not going to suddenly get better because you're at college. The first semester, I know, the first semester is the toughest. You're going from having 80, 90 hours of your week right now planned for something, and you're going to go off to college and have 15 hours a week in a place that you don't really know a lot of people. So go find what you want to do and what you love, and if it sounds interesting, then go do it. And, you know, ideally by the end of that first year, you've really found your place. It's going to be a series of highs and lows for the next 50, 60 years. Anything that you need in life is there with you right now. You don't need to be better looking or smarter or anything. You just have to be willing to make it happen. You got to go for it. You got to be willing to create the life that you want. You know, most importantly, know that I'm always here for you. So if you need something, anything, you just have to call or text.